Hello dear learners, how are you? Hope you are well. And this is Neurologist. Welcome you from NS English Corner. Today I am with you with a very important class. This is changing voice from interrogative. So sometimes you find it difficult to change voices from interrogative. That is why I am here with this class, and hope if you follow this class carefully, you can do it well. And for this, please remember to subscribe my channel NS English Corner. Thank you for this. Let's begin. And you see, you know how to change voice. You know well, and you know the rules regularly because you memorize this kind of rules, you practice this kind of rules now and then. So for this, for changing voice into interrogative is also same. There is subtle difference. As you know, we start interrogative with auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs. That is why you see the interrogative active voice also starts with interrogative and WS questions. So interrogative generally starts with auxiliary verbs am, is, are, whose, where, have, has, had, etc. and WS questions. So you see these kind of things here in active voice. So you have to change passive also with interrogative. So you cannot change. Sometimes we see students changes interrogative voice into assertive. So this kind of things is mistake. So just follow the basic voice change rules. You know, we change the subject into object, object into subject, and then we write appropriate auxiliary verbs according to tense, and then we write past participle and then add a by as preposition. Sometimes we add different prepositions according to necessity, and then we write the subject of active voice as object of passive voice, and that's all. So here also remains the same pattern. What you have to write extra is the auxiliary verb. Put the auxiliary verb into the beginning of the sentence. And see example here. Is he writing a letter? Is he writing a letter? So you see there, this is present continuous tense. For present continuous tense, we know we add am, is, are, being. That is am, being, is, being, are, being as auxiliary. So their subject is a letter. So if we separate these two things, am, is, are and being, and in the middle we write the subject. In the middle we write the subject. So for letter we need is because this is singular. So write the is and write the subject because this is subject and it uses as subject in the passive. Is a letter and write the being. Write the being. Is a letter, being, and write the past participle. Written by, and the subject is changes to object. Is a letter being written by him? Is a letter being written by him? Just the same rules and procedures, but you just need to add the auxiliary in the beginning. Is a letter being written by him? And now question number 2. Did you catch a bird? Did you catch a bird? What is the tense? This is past indefinite. So in past indefinite we write was and were. We write was and were. For singular we write was, and for plural we write were. So a bird is definitely singular, so we need to write was in the beginning. So this is past indefinite. So was a bird, write the subject. Was a bird and write the past participle. Caught. Was a bird caught, then write the by preposition and write the subject as object. So finished. This is simple. Was a bird caught by you. So what you need to do is determine the tense and write the appropriate auxiliary verb. What do you want? Third one is what do you want? If you see what and which in the beginning of an active voice, then you need to think it as object, because this is a subject here. What do you want? So for this we need is, because this is present simple. Do want is present simple, and if we think it as object and used as subject, we need is. What is? Next past participle, wanted, then by, then the subject should be used as object in the passive. So what is wanted by you? What is wanted by you? And now you see who. This is another example. Who opened the door? This is past indefinite. As you know, past indefinite was and were. So we need an what? Was or were? Definitely was. So for this, first of all you have to decide for this. Who. Instead of who we write by whom. By whom. So write the by whom. And now was, because this is past indefinite. Was by whom was. Next the door opened. You don't need to use by anymore, because you have written the by here. By whom was the door opened. When you see who in the active and you need to change it into passive, then write the past participle in the last of the sentence. At last of the sentence. By whom was the door opened. So this is simple. And now 5. Whom are you calling? Whom are you calling? This is present continuous tense. For present continuous tense we know am, is, are, being. So what you need to write here? For whom, for who we write by whom, and for whom we write who. Only who, not by who. Only who. So who is, you need to use is being here. Is being here. Who is being, past participle, called by. Here you see this is subject, and it goes to the position of an object, and before that we use by as usual and past participle. And now you see there is being. I told you that we need to separate is and being, putting the subject in the middle. It happens in the case of where you see am, is, are, did, was, were, etc. auxiliary verb. But when it is in case of WS question, you don't need to separate this. You just keep it together. Who is being called by you? Who is being called by you? So these are the basic things of changing voice into passive for interrogative. So try to practice this and follow the rest of the classes coming next. Thank you very much. Please subscribe my channel MS English Corner.